back. So this is week 8 and things are still progressing. And this week I cut things way back as an experiment. Plus I got really busy and I didn't have enough time to film, so I don't have any workouts to show you or anything like that. But what I did do is I made some changes. So this week I cut cardio down to one 20-minute session 3 times a week. And again, I just wanted to do it as an experiment just to see how my body reacted, because every once in a while you got to change things up. You got to see what works, experiment a little, try some different things. So this week I cut it down to one 20-minute session. So as before, you knew I was doing 5 days a week, 30-minute cardio sessions. And then I bumped it up to 2 sessions every week for 5 days. And I was doing, 20 in the morning, 20 in the afternoon or evening, just to see what my body did. And I noticed some changes, but this time I went the reverse. I wanted to back things down because I didn't want to overwork myself and wear myself out and get into a situation where I was dreading doing anything. So I backed it down on purpose. So I'm doing one 20-minute cardio session every 3 days. So 3 days a week, I mean. So it's anytime during the week. So it can be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, any day of the week, just so long as I got 3 days in of cardio. And I also still doing resistance training. So, I've been working with the bands, and that they've been great. I love working with bands. When I don't have the opportunity to go to a gym and I need to do some work, I'll pull the bands out. But in my day job, we are doing a return to work. So I am going into my regular day job 3 days a week. And one of the benefits of going there is they have a small gym. You saw it in one of my other clips. Unfortunately, I'm not able to film at the office location, so they don't want me to film there. So at their request, I will not show you any video clips from there. But it's just standard equipment, some dumbbells. They got a couple of cardio machines in there as well as a universal gym. But I am also doing that 3 times a week. So since I go in 3 times a week there, might as well use the free gym that's at the office as well. So in addition to that, my weight has made it down to a level where I'm satisfied where it's going. So still on the downward trend. I'm right at 220 pounds, 221, somewhere in that neighborhood. Excuse me. But aside from that, I feel great. I know my body is changing. Even though the scale may not show a lot of movement, my clothes are showing a lot of movement and in the right direction and in a good way. So this week I don't have any workouts to share with you because you've seen a lot of it already. I showed you a lot of resistance band movements, and you've seen me do those things. And since I'm going to the office, I'm using the gym, can't film there. So this week I just wanted to share with you a tip, another tip to help you in your transformation journey if you are going through a transformation journey with me or on your own. And that's about listening to your body. So that's going to be my topic of discussion for this little short video. And I'll talk about a couple of things there. So this week, I want to tell you the difference, or teach you how to tell the difference between emotional hunger and physical hunger by playing the Hunger Game. I didn't hear anything back. So the Hunger Game, but first, why am I talking about emotional hunger versus physical hunger, and what's the difference, So emotional hunger means you turn to food either to avoid uncomfortable emotions or to heighten pleasurable ones. It means you eat based on how you feel instead of what your body actually needs. So some examples of emotional hunger are, you're eating for comfort or out of loneliness or sadness. I can get pictures of sad, so I'm going to go eat a tub of ice cream. You can eat out of boredom. That tends to be the camp that I fall into a lot. I eat out of boredom way too much. Got nothing to do, but I want to occupy my time with something. So what happens? I end up grabbing a snack, but I am learning to do something different. The other thing is you eat to try to soothe some anxiousness or depressed feelings. And then another example could be you're eating to fill a sad heart, an aching heart. So, whereas physical hunger means you eat when your body signals to you that you are in fact hungry. And it means that you stop eating when you are satisfied and before you are uncomfortably full. So some physical hunger sensation examples are some of these. When you're really hungry, this is what some of the sensations are that will be present. We all know this one. The stomach will growl. We'll hear and it goes over and everybody in the room can hear you. That's your body telling you that, hey, it wants some food. So that's real. That's your body telling you, hey, we need to get something in here. You could be feeling weak. You're going through the day and you haven't eaten all day. If unless you're fasting, there's a different protocol for that. But if you're going through the day and you're on a normal program and you start to feel weak and you're just real lethargic, that is a signal that your body needs some nourishment. Feeling shaky, when your blood sugar level gets low and you start to feel shaky, that's another sensation that you could feel. And then on a more severe, more pronounced, is you feel lightheaded or you actually faint. So, what will learning to listen to your body do for you? So, first off, it'll free you from being a slave to food. So, what that means for you is that you'll feel more in control of your eating and less dependent on food to help your moods or emotions. By listening to your physical hunger signals, you can determine and differentiate how hungry or full you really are. With practice, you'll be able to pinpoint where your body is at any given moment. And by doing so, you'll train yourself to stop eating before you are too full and not turn to food when you are actually not hungry, but are in fact bored, upset, anxious, or depressed. So, because everyone knows that is a vicious cycle, right? Once we get caught in that cycle, and we're getting, like for me, for example, if I'm getting bored and I go grab a snack, and once you give a mouse a piece of cheese, he's going to ask for some milk, right? Or a cookie. Cheese. Where did I get cheese from? But anyway, it's a cycle. And once you get caught in that cycle, it's very hard to get out of it. So let me show you how to end that cycle and have some fun while doing it. And that's where we're going to talk about the hunger game. So how do you play the hunger game? Well, first, let me clarify. This is not where I'm talking about undergoing top secret weapons like training to learn to kill your colleagues or friends. I'm talking about a simple, helpful game that you can play all by yourself, even in a busy restaurant. So you can do it in a public place. It doesn't need to be no equipment needed, in other words. And here's how you play. First, you see if you can be the slowest eater at the table. No one has to know that you're playing or that you're trying to win at the hunger game. The second thing is periodically check in with yourself throughout your meal and honor where you're at. So honor when you're energized and satiated by completing the meal. So you recognize that, okay, I've had enough, I'm done, my body is satisfied, my energy levels are up, and then use an end of meal or completing meal ritual like putting your napkin over your plate or crossing your silverware over your plate or ordering hot tea and fresh fruit to symbolize that you have completed that meal. So what do you do now? So in my health coaching practice, I help my clients learn to tell the difference between emotional hunger and physical hunger. Together we come up with a plan to help them to keep identifying the differences so they can lose weight naturally and double their energy. So if you think you might be engaging in this emotional eating cycle, and you don't know how to change it, feel free to click on the link below to schedule a time with me and we can talk about it. And we'll get you on a path to out of that cycle. So that's it for this week. I know I told you it'd be a short one. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, may the odds be ever in your favor. Catch you later.